This is how I ended the last one frustrated. Oh yeah, because I came in here and where I expected like the end zombies to be, there was nothing. And now they're here. See? I said that this is where they should have spawned at. Hello everyone, this is Fallen Dice, and welcome to episode 91 of our Rebirth playthrough of 7 Days to Die, The Purge. And I'm just finishing up in our storage area. Obviously see a few places that, for whatever reason, need to be repaired. Had some unwelcome guests show up and did not hear them die. Went down and realized that the generator feeding the forward part, or the feeding two parts, was actually out of fuel. So I have to be very careful and very cognizant and aware of that. But this is our design here for the stairs, like that. Well, and then as far as the walls, I'm gonna end up doing the same thing in here, but I have not upgraded everything yet, so kind of holding off on that. But what I do want to do out here, and one of the things I've always really liked design wise, if I can find it, there we go. I like this concrete trim on the bases. So just because I'm lazy. Wait, I told you to do all sides. Oh. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to do all sides because I forgot. I've got other things on the outsides of these, so that doesn't actually, it was a waste. So we do that on the bottom. And then at the top, we could either go with the concrete trim to no, concrete wall or concrete white. Probably gonna go with concrete white as long as it doesn't have the streaks. How does that look? Not bad. I have to decide also what I'm going to do with the outside area here yet. I haven't fully committed to anything yet. One thing I hate is these. They're important in their structural role, but they are a pain to hit to paint. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and finish the pillars off the camera, just because kind of boring, I will admit. But I will let you know what it looks like before I do the outside, though. So I'm going to finish getting these pillars, and we'll come back in, and we'll talk about where we want to go for the floors, or the outsides, all that kind of stuff. So anyways, I will be back in a few. Okay, we're back. All of these are painted. I did not paint these sides because if I did, it would probably be almost noon and it'd be a huge waste of time. So the next thing I want to do is the ceiling, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be doing the clear drop ceiling. It's going to be either that or the drywall white, but I like this because it gives like the it gives that kind of in between. Now, the only question I currently have right now, so if I start here and come down over here, do I want to run it down the side? Like, how do I want to do the sides here? That's like my big question. So, what I'm going to try to do first, I want to get this set up so I can see the entirety. I already made one boo-boo there. It's single block, easy to fix. I want to be able to see it in its entirety. Let's go back to the brushes. You, I think, are already on the right thing, but I can fix you anyway. So the question is, do I take the ceiling down or do I bring this wood up? And I think I want to do the wood up. I could do another part, what I did on the bottom here, but I don't like how that looks. So we're gonna first off try it this way, and I do feel like this is probably the way we're gonna go. I don't think I'm gonna like having the ceiling kind of rotate down like that. It definitely feels like this is gonna be the better choice. I might maybe take a peek. I got a lot of little slivers in the corners to get. All right, so this I think does look better, because if I were to say, yeah, no. We're going to go with this. So let me finish getting all this. This part's going to annoy me here. I might actually do just to paint all sides on these corners. And probably just those, yeah. I've already got enough fine detail stuff, and I'm not trying to spend the entire episode sitting over here painting this one little part of the area. Okay, now, all right, so we got this part here. I'll get it designed, and then I'll run off and do the sides over here. So now, the floor. What do I want the floor to be? And let me make sure I don't have it on here. Okay. So floor. What is the best looking brick? How does this look? The question is, how does it look next to that? Moment, no, it's too similar. Need some kind of contrast. Now we have. Where was it? There's another granite kind of thing. It's what I used over here. Hold on. Pick you up. You look like you might kind of work. So if I were to do this. Okay, yep, I like that. So we can take that up to here, get it to the sides. Again, I want to get one corner or one side done so I can really actually see what everything looks like. Contrast and compare. Always in my way. At least I can paint underneath it. That's interesting. Well, most of it. I'm still going to have to pick you up for the, get the rest of the bottom. Okay. Nope. Still got to do here. Take it all the way to the end. Sometimes it does that. It's kind of weird. I think it should have painted. Okay. And now, I already like the way this is looking. This is going to look cool, too, when I get the furniture and stuff out here. But for this inside wall here, I've got the wood there. So let me try that first. Let me do one of these all the way up with the wood. And I could also, because I'm doing that, and I might actually, you know what? There is on the back side the crown. Okay, there's that. There's this one. Ooh. So if I took that and followed you along here, I can keep what I have on the inside. But I like having, okay, that. All right. So at least that I want. I need to pick you up. You're interrupting my design process. Okay, so if I take you to here, again, trying to get a one full look of what everything looks like. Oh, I thought you were on paint. All right, easy fix. Now, what else could I try? Pick one other possible texture. Again, looking for something that contrasts. What is Adobe Peach going to look like? Compared to you. Nope, don't want that. There was this other one. What does this look like on? Okay, that's meant to be for the top, so that's a definitely no. That's a definite no. Oh, there was that black granite I used for the floor. Okay, could also, if I did this, and then I went with the actual Adobe White above it, kind of matches what we're doing there. But I think it's a little too similar up top. Still gonna keep the black for the things. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I definitely like this better. Okay. So let me run this all the way around. When I come back, this entire area will be painted. I'm gonna do all the floors, all the ceilings, all the things, except for those bitty stupid little things there. I may come back and do those someday, or I may just leave them the way it is, because it's annoying, but not nearly as annoying as actually fixing it. All right, I'll be back. All right, we finished. So this is, I almost want to call it almost like an atrium kind of thing. It does look nice. I do like that we went with the wood here. Apparently I got a little on there, so we'll erase that. Deal. Again, like I said, I'm going to keep the windows black. I think it's, again, it's all about contrast, textures, things like that. But again, I like how this looks. Come in here. We're looking good up here. So our first floor is now fully painted. I still need to do furniture out there, but that's kind of for a later date. Like I said, here I still have to finalize a few things. I think I'm good. Once I finalize, or I am happy with where I am, I'll come back. I'll update, upgrade all the these kind of blocks here. This one's I'm pretty sure staying like is. And more wandering hordes. But yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll actually be able to come in and paint this first floor, which will be a kind of a huge a huge accomplishment. Then I still have to come up and I have to divide these floors. So it's 2 floors. So I've got 2 floors that I'll have to actually kind of come up with designs for. So my next thing is do I want to just duplicate them or do I want to just freehand it? So each one will be kind of a little bit different because I think I hurt my head last time trying to make them all identical. So I will probably end up doing something along those lines as well. But it is 13:56, so we've got a bit of time left. I do want to see where we are. So found out we're legless last time. Oh, and I didn't make any more. So I can make right now. I could make if I had the bull parts. Come back again where I'm hearing things, but they're not dying. It's in the same spot. Okay, what is going on here? Hold on. I need to figure that out because... Okay, so they broke that block to get up. So I need to fix that. So I think part of the problem is these are climbable ladders, the way I've got it set up. And if I flipped it the other way around... Yeah. And I could have it coming in here, but then the problem is I'd only have the 1 layer. Right now I like that I've got 2 layers protecting that. But technically... Alright, you are powered, right? If I told you to... Okay, so here's my problem. Okay, I don't think the camera sees through that block. I think that's my problem. So now I've got stuff coming through. So I am going to have to upgrade or change this to the ladder, the scaffolding ladder again, which means I may have issues with it breaking again. Fortunately. How do you see me? Why are we still not... Wait, you still don't have power? I just put gas in you. You're not on. So when it ran out of gas, it was turned off. So even though I put gas in... Gosh darn it. Right, I am going to take me off now for a sec. Now that makes me wonder now, can I go back to the... I just need to know. Because again... I had too many issues where that thing was getting damaged before. I cannot interact with you. But if I do this again... Yes. Okay, good. So you can see through it. The issue just was you weren't powered. Okay. No worries. How are we doing on ammo? I haven't checked since we've last filled you up. You've only used like 200 of your 2,000. Okay, I think we're still doing good on ammo. Okay. Alright. Crisis averted. You do need some repair. And then you're fine. Okay. I was thinking there was a problem. There was not a problem. So now we can come back here. Dump you off. Back to tools. Alright. And I still haven't fixed the problem that I just said I had. Oh, man. We're still... holding us back from going through. Okay, I need to quickly make steel arrowheads. Um, arrowheads. What am I missing? Molten steel. Grief, I thought I had some. What do you say? So why when I... Oh, moat. Haha. Okay, so I can make a ton of it. Let's make 500. We'll do half and half in each, because right now we're eating into my... We're eating into my purging time. Fortunately. Alright, do I still have... I need more of those. Okay, so I need more plastic veins. Those were made here, unfortunately. Of course. Alright. Let's... If I do 100, how many do I get? Get 1,200. Okay, yep. We'll do that. You're going fairly quickly. You're not. Yeah, unfortunately. Okay. Do I have another forge? Can I make another forge? We are going to be out of stuff soon. I can. Do I have all the things? I have you, and I have you. I do have all the things. Okay. So while they're busy making the molten steel, as soon as this is done, because this is taking some time, and I still have to turn this molten steel into my arrowheads. Who's going to be done first? You're a minute 36. You're 3 minutes. Okay, yep. More concrete. Can I make more concrete? Yep, just keep it going. Here. Oh yeah, I have to put fuel in here. And I gotta put my paint away. That's dumb. That was dumb. Okay, are we out yet? So, alright. Let's at least get 100 going at each of these. And the rest we'll do in the other one. But I still have to make the actual arrowheads too. I mean the arrows, or bolts. I make bolts out of something I already have. Steel arrows. I have 8 bolts. Steel crossbow bolts. Out of steel arrows. I don't have any. Okay. And you're saying I have to make these. What? Oh, okay. I can make... Yeah, I can make those. Okay, for a second I was thinking that I had to only make them in what's going on here? Why won't you let me put you in here? What is in there? There we go. Okay. That was very weird. I was panicking there for a little bit. Alright. Again, I like that I realized that I can use gas for that. Alright. All those cooking. At least they cook fast. So while you guys are done... Yeah, because that was fast. You're already done. Technically... I think 250 is about the biggest I can really carry for this. Come over here and at least get 100 here. 100 here. And let's do another 100 here. Or 200 here, apparently. And that takes us out of our veins. Okay, the rest of it's just going to be ammo. How long is this going to take me for all these? Odd. Okay, you know what? I don't want to waste time. So while this is actually sadly eaten into our purging time. I should have did this prior. Okay. Well, while that's still cooking, we got a few minutes. So what we're gonna do each one of these layers here, I think I want to do like this nicer carpet. Find where it's at. There it is. If I put that this. Got the carpet there. I think, you know what? We are good with at least this edge here. So I can solidify these all up so I can paint them. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we are good here. So, I wasn't planning on doing a lot of interior work today, but I got a few minutes and I don't want to waste it. I'm just gonna maybe do a room. I do still have to paint the walls actually in the entrance and the ceiling. Okay, so let me finish. Let's do this. Okay, so the wall is good. Taking it here. This is gonna be my hallway carpet floor. So wherever we're in a hallway, you're gonna be that. Same thing over here, all the way down to the bedroom, up to the kitchen. The kitchen, like any of the doorways are gonna, whatever the interior of the space where the door is, that's what I'm gonna put for that floor. So this is just only the hallways. All right, the hallways done. All right, in here, we're gonna go back to where we were like this. I do like this as a theme. So whenever we look at the hallways, or we look at the entryway up here at the top, it's always going to be, I think we're going to go with this. Kind of matches our down area, but I think it kind of ties stuff together, which is really what I'm going for. Create a few of these to be able to paint them. And then we'll have to figure out the ceiling. Again, this is going to be, it's all going to tie into it. So instead of it just being that one little area, so more stuff to upgrade. And I will have to upgrade the walls too to paint them. But I may not finish this because I think we're getting close to it being, see how many arrows I have, because now is the time that we have, I don't need to have, yep, we're good. Okay, we have our equipment, our gear. Now we're heading over here to finish up these last two POIs in this section here. I think one was a 3 and one was a 2 because we aren't showing our 3s yet. It was just blank. All right. I think this one here was the 3, so let's do that one first because it's going to be the one that may take the longest amount of time to complete. So I want to make sure we are running and gunning today. The amount of time that we actually have to do this POI, we are not trying to be clever, careful, or anything. We are just going to run in. I'm not even going to, I think I'm going to loot the normal kind of like the stuff you would normally. And you know what? I don't even want to loot those. I need to get quantity in the time that we have, and we don't have a lot of time. Let me check this out. I think this was something I figured out, and it is. Okay, so if you notice what I just did there, when I was editing, I noticed that there were times when they didn't see the stack of arrows. And I realized as soon as I reload, if I switch to another weapon and back, that giant pile of arrows goes. But I still have the number of arrows in my quiver, or whatever you want to call it. So this, in my mind, makes it so I can actually aim. So we're back to being able to do normal aiming. All right, I need to get my nice shot there. Get my brass. I still got to get my brass. Uh-oh. So we have yet again another wandering horde.
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Stop hitting me. I'm trying to get out the door. I have a feeling this is the horde that's coming after me right now. Okay. Yeah, we need to get out of the house so we can actually fight this horde. Nope, I don't need to have the machine gun. I think I can just fine like this. Oh, you're yeah, you're painting zombie. No wonder you're so much harder to kill. And you are bullet sponge, or in this case, bolt sponge. Another tier 5 auger. Again, tier 5 weapons, tier 5 armor only can be looted. So I'm just still wondering at which point I'm going to actually start getting those
This might stay
tier
as a
6s.
threat.
Because look, at my loot stage currently, 434. Unless they did something to the loot stage, because just watching the Guns vs. Steel video, they talked about loot. 300 is the point at which you stop getting the tier 2 and all you're getting is like a tier 3. So, I mean, at what point do I start getting the good stuff? Alright. My intentions were that this was going to be a run and gun, get in there quick and everything, but the unfortunately, the Wandering Horde had other plans. I like the fact that I can actually use my vocal again. And even though it is... Oh, dang it. What the heck? Okay, that was interesting. It was like there was nothing there. Now it's here. That was interesting. It really seemed like I didn't have any arrows fire that time. Okay. Got you. Another purple pellet pistol. So that's like seems to be the only. I get. That's interesting. Look at that. I get those a lot,
Incoming enemy.
but I don't get other weapons purple, which is what I really would like. Duck to get through there. That was switched over. I can still pummel them in the, up close without the aiming. I had some 300. I am definitely going through those. So, again, it's not as fast as you go through normal ammo. I do get some of it back. But, yeah. Okay, one area left. 1 plus zombie. Body bag. So I'm assuming you're wandering still. Yep. Are we not done with our wandering horde? I didn't see anything in the backyard. Nothing over here that indicates a spot I hadn't gone to. Oh god, and it just now it finally... It was a pigeon. Where was he? There you go. Good grief. And that's the annoying part is I went all over to try to complete that. All over. Nothing. Alright. Normally I would say we gotta go home, but I didn't, there's not enough accomplished. This is a tier 2, so let's try to run and gun it. Please don't screw me over again. 3 areas, 5 plus zombies. I think maybe I started this one already and I just didn't finish it? I mean, that's cool. It'd make it easier for me to get credit for it. I just have to figure out where I haven't gone. It's been a couple days, so I... But why do they spawn now and not before? So if I go back to that tier 5 now, can I finally get credit for it? So it seems like it's finally doing what it's supposed to. Okay, and you're saying my last one is up top. Yeah, we are going to make a trip. We are going to make a trip to that tier 5. See if I can get credit for it now. No. Okay. We got credit for this one. Alright, where's our helicopter? Let's get in that bad boy. Let's go to that tier 5. And let's see if it actually works now. You saw, because I complained about that one that we just did, how that there should have been zombies in the end area, and there weren't. And then we popped in today, and there were. So, 4 areas not visited, and a bunch of zombies. So, okay, I hear you guys. Something's buzzing. Keep checking all the lower areas. Alright, well, I mean, it was worth it considering the other one worked. But unfortunately for us, it did not. Alright, so we're going to have to end it here. And I hate that I just wasted a bunch of my extra time. Alright, so what am I going to do between now and our next episode? I think I'm going to go through and finish upgrading all the blocks in our first floor so that I can actually do some decorating. But I think I'm not going to do the decorating on the episode. I think our next episode is going to be a all day long race to see how many POIs we can complete in one episode. We're currently sitting at 38%. So we're too much. 38%. Need to get to 75%. So we have a ways to go. So I need to buckle down. All the stuff that we do with the floors and stuff, I can definitely take care of that later. Or as we go in between, but I need to make some progress. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please go ahead and leave a like. If you have not already subscribed, I would appreciate it very much if you would hit that subscribe button for me as well. But with that being said, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.